Finding problems, that's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. This morning on Talking Solutions, we've got Richard Davison from the American Lung Association going to talk about a big event coming up next Sunday, Scale the Strat at the Stratosphere Tower. Richard, welcome to Talking Solutions.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
What is your title?
I'm the Adult Lung Health Program Manager with the American Lung Association in Nevada. So that means I manage our different community programs, helping adults with lung health problems and helping to prevent lung diseases in adults.
Breathing. Very important in my world. I'm sure it is for you and everybody we're talking with this morning. Scale the Strat is such a great event. I know this has been going on for years.
This will be our 7th anniversary of doing Scale the Strat. It'll be my 5th year climbing.
Going?
Oh, yeah. I climb every year.
Are you going to walk? Are you going to run? Are you going to do something in between?
I keep a steady pace. My fastest time has been 19 minutes and 40 seconds. And this year, my goal is 15 minutes.
To go 108 floors.
Of course, I'm just an average climber. Our elite climbers who come from all over the world to compete in this event, they're up the stairs in less than 8 minutes. Amazing.
It's not just my imagination. I want to say that some of the people who might do exceptionally well with an event like Scale the Strat, which, by the way, is a fundraiser for the American Lung Association, firefighters who are used to going up the stairs to rescue someone and maybe with all the heavy packs on them while they're doing that. Do you have anybody like that who competes? Who are the people? You talk about the elite runners who go up in 8 minutes. You're kidding me.
Fire departments from around the nation always ask if they can come and compete in full gear. We can't allow that at the Stratosphere. In fact, you're not even allowed to carry a cell phone or have headphones and so forth. It's hands-free because of the danger of dropping objects and so forth in the stairwell. They can't allow that. For example, I usually pray the rosary as I'm climbing, and I do it on my fingers because I can't have an actual rosary in my hand. And I'm praying for my quitters in my freedom of smoking classes.
That's a nice thing to do. I'm believing also that you have a limited amount of area in the stairwell at the Stratosphere Tower.
Right. It's single file. They allow a runner about every 20 minutes. So that it stays clear, there's plenty of room, you don't feel crowded. There's plenty of room to pass for those who are faster and outpace you.
They're staggering the departure from the bottom of the tower going up.
Yes.
I'm thinking if it was a shotgun start and they just all went at the same time.
No, that'd be a mess. There's an app where you can see your timing, so you can gauge yourself against other people as they're going up the stairs and so forth. And even non-elite climbers like to be competitive, and people like to improve their time each year and do the best they can, of course.
You're saying that that's what you're going to do this
year. That's right.
Wow. I did offer if you wanted to scale the Beasley building. We've got two stories here, so there are a few steps out there.
10,000 steps a day. That's what the health department urges. There's a great app on the health department's website, Get Healthy Clark County, and you can go on there and they have different things you can check into for diet, for exercise, and so forth.
Sure.
To be a little competitive with some of the people and see your numbers on a daily basis.
I've been there many times. I know all about Get Healthy Clark County. Love it, nutrition and just being smart about that. About how many people participate in Scale the Strat every year?
I think last year we had 600. We expect more this year. I don't know, unfortunately, if there's a limit to the number who can go up. But certainly you don't want to wait to sign up for it because there's going to be quite a few people there. So you can go ahead and sign up right away at scalethestrat.com. You can also sign up on the day of the climb itself.
Oh, so there's not a registration deadline cutoff.
To register online, you should register by the Thursday before the event. But if you tarry too long, you can sign up on the day of the event itself.
And what time does this all go off next Sunday?
Well, it's 6:30 a.m. I think we're all going to be out there for some god-awful hour.
Sounds like fun. On the weekend, that's when we're supposed to sleep in a little bit, right?
Now, we are going to have a pre-event day. Let me look here. Online registration closes Thursday at 10 p.m., but then on Friday from 5 to 8 at McCall's Heartland at the Stratosphere, you can go and sign up prior to the walk. And then that's going to be a little party atmosphere there, too. So it'll be fun to hang out there. But then on the day of the event, you can register. But it is going to be a little bit more money on the day of the event.
That makes sense. And all the money's going to the American Lung Association.
Registration right now is $60 with a fundraising expectation of $150. On the day of the event, the registration will be $75 with the same fundraising expectation of $150. but you can raise as much money as you want. There's no limit on that.
You'll take it. We've also got Amanda Powell with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Welcome to our conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's coming up really quick. It's like next Sunday.
March 1st. Isn't that crazy?
I know. What happened to the first of the year? It's gone.
Gosh.
That's because we're all so busy. But we're busy doing good things.
Absolutely.
How is Blue Cross Blue Shield Anthem involved in Scale the Strat with the American Lung Association?
Anthem has been the presenting sponsor for Scale the Strat since its inception 7 years ago. So we are so incredibly excited and proud to be a part of Scale the Strat and the American Lung Association here in Nevada.
And it grows every year. I'm hearing bigger numbers this year.
Oh, it's huge. And what's so interesting with my team is that they've been doing this for so long now. You see people going up and down the stairs on their lunch break. They're asking what the shirts look like this year. I mean, they're just so engaged and excited. It's great.
Anticipation. Richard was just saying that he's going to be doing the Scale the Strat again this year. Does that mean, Amanda, you are also in on this?
I am in it to win it. I have never done Scale the Strat before, so this is my first year. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little nervous, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've roped my fiance into doing it too, so he's stuck. He's got to do it as well.
Were you able to do the practice climb?
I did do the practice climb,
good.
and it was a good reality check for me. I have been told by multiple people that you can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to get out there and try.
That's right.
With that said, it's a great challenge, and I will be interested to see how long it takes.
I'm wondering if when we finish up this morning with our discussion on Talking Solutions, if maybe I will show you guys to the stairwell.
Oh, there you go.
It's our big 2-story Beasley complex here. What, it would take 54 times up and you'd be 108 floors, right?
Okay.
Okay. I've got a little time here.
Yeah, I'm not sensing true excitement. We're not very tall.
Yeah, but you won't have that experience of reaching the top and that magnificent view, and you're just like, oh, I did it.
Wait, now when you go to the top, does that mean that you get the view from inside the rotunda area there at the top of the Strat, or you're just outside on the top in the air?
And the Stratosphere team is waiting there with orange juice and bananas and refreshments, and it's just wonderful.
What else do you have going on surrounding this event for Scale the Strat? Are there people down there playing instruments and egging you on?
Oh, people are in costumes. We have cheerleaders. Different community partners are there with tables. There was like a Richard Simmons team one year with fright wigs. It's pretty crazy sometimes.
And another thing that we're going to be doing that day is we're going to be launching Southern Nevada Moves Miles, which is a campaign that we do here with Beasley Broadcasting.
I know it.
So we are very, very excited to have Southern Nevada Moves Miles out that day as well, and people can sign up on southernnevadamovesmiles.com, and what they'll be doing is they'll be tracking all of their miles or steps for the next couple of weeks after the campaign launches.
I remember last year we started off the initial Southern Nevada Moves Miles campaign by giving out all these little pedometers. We also got all of the mayors from around the Las Vegas metro area to come in and encourage people in their area to get involved. Southern Nevada Moves Miles, because movement, activity, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Of course, with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, you're going to encourage people to be active because that's a health benefit.
Absolutely. We are all about encouraging health and wellness in our communities. Southern Nevada is such a great place to live because you can go to Red Rock, you can go to Mount Charleston. There are so many different ways that you can get active, and that's really something that Anthem wants to promote.
Get out of your chair. Move. Do something. I lift my legs. When I'm in here running things, a lot of times I'll lift my knees. Any kind of movement. Don't just sit there. Get up and move. Very important. So we're coming up on Southern Nevada Moves Miles. If I recall from last year, we had a website that was dedicated that was southernnevadamovesmiles.com.
That is correct.
I would bet you it's up and active already because I know we've had mayors coming in and out, getting ready to record the announcements and the invitation to people to get involved with Southern Nevada Moves Miles. Now back to Scale the Strat, though, which is how many steps? You said
1,455.
And the amount of time that some of these elite climbers, I'm hearing 8 minutes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
We have an associate in the Anthem office who I think did it in Under 15 for sure. I think she was around 11 or 12 minutes. And I just don't understand how she does it. And the great thing is that she beat all the guys. So, we had quite the ego going there. It was great.
Yeah. As women, we're going to kind of chuckle about that. Nothing against you. We celebrate it especially hard when a woman comes out leading in the front of the pack.
What's great is there's our volunteers all along the stairwell cheering you on. They're there with water. And then we have our medical volunteers that are ready to help. If you need oxygen or any other medical assistance, they're right there for you.
So when this starts off, you said 6:30 a.m. is the start next Sunday morning.
It's actually 7.
Well,
I misspoke myself. I'm there earlier than 7.
Okay.
But runners are just expected to be there by 7.
Go out at 6:30 and stretch. Get ready to go. It starts at 7.
Yes.
You tell me that they're going to space the people who are competing. I had this mental image, Amanda, that was everybody like starting all at once.
Oh, no.
And the pushing and the out of my way. It's not that way.
The American Lung Association does a great job of creating the heats and making sure that the right people are going at the right time. So there's a lot of room in the stairwell. You feel comfortable and confident, very well instructed and taken care of.
And it's professionally timed. And like I was saying before, your time is electronically recorded, so you can look it up almost immediately, the app that's associated with the site, and see your time and compare yourself to others.
Tweet it. Put it on Facebook. Share it on social
That's
media.
right.
I think that's a great idea. It sounds like a lot of fun. So right at this point in time, since we are a week out from the event, registration $60. Going to be a little bit more expensive as we get closer.
Day of the event, it's $75. Register early. Again, there's a fundraising expectation of $150 to climb. But of course, there's no limit to the amount that you can raise.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
the more the merrier. I didn't know whether I was going to be on radio or TV, so I'm modeling one of the attractive runners
I'm looking at it.
jackets that you receive if you raise at the $1,000 level. The $500 level, you get a wonderful hoodie. And then at the $1,500 level, there's a 2-night stay at the Strat.
Nice. I'll make sure before you get out of here that we get a picture. I'll just post a picture of you and your duds on our Talking Solutions Facebook page.
Okay.
It will be out there. So, the $60 registration fee, and then you talk about the fundraising request or expectation.
All our supporters, they can go right online and contribute, donate right online to your climb. They could be a virtual climber where they're part of your team, but they're not going to be going up themselves.
Ooh, I like that. I could do that one.
You can join a pre-existing team like the Anthem team or the American Lung Association team, or you can form your own team.
ScaleTheStrat.com. I like this virtual thing. Not that I wouldn't like to go, but I'd love to be part of it and not actually have to go up 108 floors. So it's not just limited to the people who are physically able to do it. Anybody could be part of Scale the Strat.
Right, and the bigger the team, the more money you raise, then the team gets special access to, I forget the name of the club, but there's a special club that's for the teams that raise a certain level of donations. It has to be a little higher, but you can do it. It's not that hard to raise $150, that's for sure. And most people raise even more than that normally.
What does the American Lung Association do with this money that they get from Scale the Strat?
One thing that we're raising money for through this major fundraising event that's supported by Anthem and our friends at the Stratosphere is our programming for youth in Southern Nevada. We have 3 great programs headed by my associate, Novelette Chambers. She's one of our community heroes. One is Open Airways for Schools. It's a great program that goes into the Clark County School District to help educate kids on how to better self-manage and control their asthma within the school setting. And parents can also become involved in the educational process for the kids in Open Airways. And we have our online game called Lungtropolis, where kids fight the mucus monster and so forth. Again, as a learning experience to learn how to better self-control their asthma.
Lungtropolis?
Yes, Lungtropolis.
Okay. Asthma is far too common. I know I've got it in my family.
And asthma can be fatal, so it's very important that kids learn how to control their asthma, recognize the signs of an attack, and know what to do. And that's what Open Airways for Schools does, and also Lungtropolis, in a fun way, helps teach them how to self-manage their asthma. When we were at Zappos Community Health Fair a couple of weeks ago, we had our computers out with the Lungtropolis up, and kids would stop by, and they were playing, shooting the mucus monster and all that sort of thing, and so it was a lot of fun.
Video games is a great way to get through to kids.
Yes, fun, effective, and also educates parents while they're playing with the kids with the game. Because parents need to know also what are the signs, what do I do if a child's experiencing an asthma attack.
having asthma in the family, I can't even tell you the times when they've gotten to the point where they immediately need to go take a breathing treatment. You've got to back off those symptoms and calm things down.
And there's so many free resources online through the American Lung Association. If you have any lung health problem, for example, both for asthma and for people with COPD, we have our asthma and COPD action plans that are available for free online. You can download them. They're great tools not only to educate yourself, but also you can bring them when you see your physician, your primary health caregiver, and go over the action plan with them so that they understand all the medications you're on and they can best counsel you on when to use the medications, how to most effectively use them, and so forth, how to most effectively use your inhaler. All those things, the doctor can work with you. And the asthma action plan or the COPD action plan helps you to have that conversation with your doctor.
And we can find out this information on the American Lung Association website.
That's right, at www.lungs.org, and click on Las Vegas.
You're out in the schools actually doing some stuff to educate the kids.
Ryan Novelit's also in the schools with our great program called Teens Against Tobacco Use. She goes in with high school level kids and teaches them to become advocates for smoking prevention. They become teachers and spokespersons that go back down into the elementary schools to talk to younger kids about the dangers of tobacco use, and helps them to make a decision to stay smoke-free.
Of course, the reason why we all got together today was to talk about Scale the Strat, the event that's coming up next Sunday at the Stratosphere Tower. I'm looking forward. Fun event. Also has its own website. Not too late to get involved. That is scalethestrat.com.
And it's so easy to get on and sign up, and encourage your friends to be supporters, be virtual team members. You can form your own team, or if you see a community team that you're like, oh, wow, yeah, I want to be on the Zappos team, or I want to be on the Anthem team, you can sign up with that team and support them, or you can form your own team. And we have some really crazy teams out there, I guess.
Well, you're telling me people show up down there and they're wearing costumes, and there's music, and there's a party outside, and all kinds of stuff going on.
A very fun atmosphere, music, and we have fitness trainers down there helping people to warm up, stretch, get ready for the climb. Lots of weird costumes previous years, like Superman and Richard Simmons, crazy stuff.
I like the idea, though, where you go all the way to the top and then you do the controlled free fall.
Controlled free fall. You're still screaming all the way down.
Yes. But they harness you up and then you're good. You're already down.
You've done it all then. You've climbed the stratosphere and you've jumped off of it.
If I were to climb up the stairs 108 floors, pretty sure I'd be taking the elevator to come back down. I don't think I'd be going, oh, let me go back down 108.
And the event doesn't end with the climb. I mean, afterwards there's a celebration where we give out awards for the best climbers in the various categories. There's food, there's other things that are happening as part of the event that day.
Encouraging everybody, get involved, Scale the Strat. Find out all the info at scalethestrat.com. You guys have fun with that. I know you're both going up.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons why it's so great that we've partnered with Anthem to do this, because a lot of our programs emphasize a philosophy that Anthem also emphasizes, which is patient-centered care and self-management of your own health and health care. For example, our Better Breathers clubs. We have those throughout Southern Nevada, and they help anyone with lung health problems, lung health disease, their loved ones, and their caregivers to self-manage their own health and health care better through educational and social support. Sometimes when people are newly diagnosed with a lung health disease, they might be on oxygen, there can be depression and they become shut-ins. They're not as active as they used to be. Of course, the more active they stay, the more healthy they stay too. So our Better Breathers Clubs helps them to get out of the house, get involved with other people, learn more about their health and treatments, options, and things like that, and become more involved in their health care. And that's going to be one of the best things to help them to stay healthy.
Some of the conditions I can think of that would affect your breathing capacity: asthma, COPD. Would imagine that there are others that would fall under that umbrella. A lot of people are affected. Sometimes it's hard to breathe.
It can be very hard to breathe when you have COPD, but staying active in your life, managing your health care so that you prevent exacerbations, that helps to prevent readmissions to the hospital, to stay healthy and to maintain a good lung function. That's the whole goal of the Better Breathers Club.
I also believe that moderate, steady activity where you are aware of your body's maximum capacity. Don't overdo it. that would actually benefit you long term. It's not like you're going to cure yourself doing this, but make the most of what you have.
Another thing that the American Lung Association does so wonderfully is their smoking cessation programs. And Anthem is dedicated to providing the tools and resources to the community on smoking cessation. Currently, about 23% of Nevadans still smoke to this day. So we've donated about $1.4 million nationally to assist the Lung Association in their smoking cessation efforts.
The theme of the campaign was never quit trying to quit. The more times a person tries to quit smoking, the more likely they're going to be successful. So we say every quit attempt is a practice to success. If people come into one of my freedom of smoking classes and says, well, I've tried and I've tried and I've tried, I say, great, you're so much closer to quitting.
That's right. You're already warming up here. Just keep going. Give it another try. We've got a pretty high smoking rate for Nevada, though. Smoking cessation classes.
I would definitely go to the American Lung Association's website for more information.
We have classes throughout Southern Nevada. Anyone's invited to go. Our classes are always free thanks to our sponsors such as Anthem and the community who generously donate through events like Scale the Strat, which is our largest fundraiser of the year. We couldn't do these programs without the support of the community and our great community partners.
Biggest fundraiser of the year.
It is.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of runners getting bigger every year.
Last year, we were able to raise over $200,000.
Wow.
And we are very, very excited to supersede that goal this year and to make an even bigger impact.
No doubt you're going to top that amount. That's exciting.
Last year, I think we had about 600 runners, and this year we'd look to get even more than that. It's a major event. It's always very exciting. We attract people from all over the world to this event, but it's a great locals event, too, because people can come down, hang out at the Strat. It's just a lot of fun outside. There's always a lot of excitement, music, dancing, movement. It's just so much fun.
Party atmosphere.
Yes.
Well, and I think a lot of people in Southern Nevada don't realize how lucky we are because the American Lung Associations, they hold the Fight for Air climb across the country. But we're the only ones who have the Stratosphere Tower. I mean, that's pretty darn cool.
And what's neat is you can also come to some of the pre-event activities such as our reception for our runners up at the Air Bar, and it's just so much fun, to hang out and talk to people, what brought them here, where are they from, where else have they climbed, all that camaraderie that happens before the climb.
I'm betting you that a lot of the climbs that they do throughout the country are outdoors. We've got that kind of weatherproof thing going on. Even though our weather is really great anyway, we also have the interior of the Stratosphere Tower. It's a one-of-a-kind place.
A lot of people just want to do the climb just because they're so fascinated by the building and they want to see what's it like inside there, and they just want to go explore it.
Been up the elevator, haven't done the stairway yet. But you still have time to get involved. It is Scale the Strat. Starts off at 7 a.m. next Sunday morning, of course, at the Stratosphere Tower. If you want to find out more, sign up. You can get involved. It's going to be a lot of fun. ScaleTheStrat.com. Climb all the way up and
bungee jump down.
That's right. You could. I hadn't thought about that. And they don't make you go back up, so you're down. They unhook you, and you're good to go. I'm hearing my ear that it's not a bungee jump. It's a controlled free fall. Okay. All right. No city like Las Vegas. This is such a unique place. No wonder runners want to come from all around the world to be part of this event. Think of all the people you're going to meet from everywhere. A lot of firefighters get involved.
One of our runners one year is from Mexico, and he met his wife, and then the following year when he ran, they were married at the Stratosphere before the run. So it was amazing for him to be here.
They do that with the marathon because a lot of people get married in the midst of the race, like on the strip or something. They just kind of slow down a little bit and boom, you're married. You guys could institute that. I know that you're talking about somebody getting married at the location. What do you think? Halfway up, maybe stopping on the stairway, on the landing and going, okay.
Well, the minister would have to be willing to climb too.
I bet you could find a minister who would be all too happy to do that. Idea for next year, just saying. Talking Solutions, talking about Scale the Strat next Sunday, March 1st at the Stratosphere Tower. Got Richard Davis from the American Lung Association And also Amanda Powell with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So are you sold yet? Are you ready to try Scale the Strat next Sunday at the Stratosphere Tower for the American Lung Association? It actually sounds like a lot of fun. Got links, all the info on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. That's where you also find a podcast of the show. Terry Springs here. Hope you can stay with us. It is National Heart Month. So I went out and got a really good cardiologist from Southwest Medical Associates, Dr. Jonathan Lee. He's going to tell us all kinds of great things about your heart. Coming up next.